Hi guys, doing a perfect squat is not easy, but it's such a paramount movement for so many reasons. It has been a massive part of my 6 PM HIIT classes, whether it's jumping or doing them on the spot or doing them as part of a routine, that you must make sure that the technique that you're using isn't going to cause more issues later down the line because of the amount of volume that you're doing. You want to try and extend the spine to begin with. You want to make sure that your heels have rocked and you've settled your weight on your heels with your toes being able to wiggle in front of you without much weight on them. Press your feet apart, away from one another, like you're tearing the floor with the feet beneath you. Lift your arms up in a full extension and lock your lats down to keep extension in the spine as you bend your knees and push your hips back. So this is what we're going to look like. Lock the lats, hinge at the hip, push the weight into the heels and tear the floor apart. Sit deep into that squat and then drive your hips forward. You can take your feet slightly wider, lock the hips, sit nice and low and then drive your hips forward. So we're going to feel that depth of that squat and those movements of those hips more forward and back rather than up and down. Because if you go up and down, you might imagine that your knees go forward and back. We want to avoid that mistake happening. Big breath in, slowly down and drive. Good, tearing the floor apart, locking the lats down and driving through the heels to make sure that your glutes and hamstrings are the ones that are doing the movement.